give a voice to young offenders by teaching them practical filmmaking skills, but also using storytelling as a therapy to help them develop their own voices and also create distributable content. Now, the four of us met at Florida State, and we've worked on several films together. This is just an example of some of the films we've done together. It kind of gives you an idea of the type of stories that we like to tell, and we realize that we all like telling stories a lot of times that have kids involved. There's stories of hope and friendship. What it means to kind of like struggle through adolescence, deal with family issues, trying to break free of things that are holding you down, things like that. So all of the skills as we got to work together, it's kind of how we started to develop this idea, just realizing we would like to teach young offenders how to do this and how it could be a good outlet for them as well. Okay, so with that, I'll introduce you to our team. Operating the laptop is Chase. You too. Oh, hey. Piracy. This is John Francis. He's our Chief Creative Officer. And John actually, before we started working together, has like 8 years of experience working, doing different promotional videos and editing, working across the country with nonprofits like Speak for America. So definitely an asset to the team. Kiara Lombre is our Chief Financial Officer. She, while we worked together in film school, had a lot of experience producing very big productions, and so definitely is a strength for the financial aspect of our organization. Che Espiritu comes to us from the Philippines and definitely brings a unique voice in her storytelling. She works often with kids in her films and grew up working with kids on the streets of Manila, teaching them as well. And then I'm Kim LaFroy, the CEO, and the idea for New Slate actually came to me as I was working in India with trauma victims and using arts as kind of like a healing process for them. So that's the team. And so what does this look like to work with young offenders, teaching them filmmaking? That can kind of a short idea maybe. So we kind of looked into other organizations that are doing something like this. One we found is with Northwest Passage. Some of you might know of them. But they work with kids with like mental, who are going through therapy. And this is some photography from their work and just seeing like what they're capable of and the photography that they can create from being in nature and like just letting that be an outlet for what they're working through mentally, and then the 3 photos on the right are from a documentary called Born in the Brothel, and this is where a filmmaker went into the red light district of Calcutta and gave the children cameras and helped let them go out and film things and kind of packaged into a documentary. But these are awesome programs. The thing Che will talk more about the difference between ours, but the cool thing is like we're not in competition with them. We just kind of saw it as an outlet or inspiration for ours, because it's so regional and specific to the area and the people we're working with.
So, New Slate offers a very good opportunity not only to these kids but to partners, investors, and the market or the audiences. This opportunity revolves around the idea that their change, their rehabilitation, their transformation from troubled kids to founding filmmakers is our chance. Our chance to help, fund their learning process and fund their movies, so that in the end, we could offer to the audience the chance for awareness, of what's happening in youth lives, and in the end, The market for this is all ages and all social class, so it doesn't discriminate anything. The emphasis is on the youth and the parents because of the at-risk youth and those that are taking care of them. The size anyone could watch. You will start with public screening, like in small cities or in the city we're working in. You will start with 100 per screening, and then it will grow eventually. And then other distributing formats like online, and we'll go to film fest circuits, and other distribution like TV and DVD. You will reach probably like 1,000 at the beginning, and then it will grow probably, I hope, like 2 million viewers.
That was 10 minutes.
What? Alright. So our solution, I'll just make this really fast. So it's the New Slate program, filmmakers in the making. So 15 kids in a selected residential treatment facility who are willing, open, and committed. It's going to be a 3-month program. For the first 1.5 months, you'll have the pre-pro, and it will teach them. 1 month they go into production, and then 1/2 post. Alright, so pre-pro, you know that we're going to teach everything, the basics of filmmaking. And the emphasis is the story. So, yeah, everything about the story. You're not really like training them how to be on set. It's the story and like how you would express their voice through the stories. Production would divide it into groups of 5, 3 groups of 5. And yeah, films are just gonna be real and honest. One technique is near realism, like real filmmaking, like long takes, handled conversation, minimal lighting. So it's more of the experience of them being like rehabilitated. Post, we will have short films. The products would be like 5 to 10 minutes, and it will be like an anthology, like a collection of all these short films, and we will distribute them later into DVDs.
Hello. So our strengths are that we're a small, passionate management team. So we're a lean company. We're depending on volunteers to teach classes, and so our expenses are relatively low. And we're a tax exemption for all of you donors. So all of you want to know, how can you give your money away? And we're a tax exemption. Yeah, I mean, that's a big upside. A lot of people want to give back to their community. A lot of businesses need that, want to give back to their community. So it's a way to directly influence the local community over there. And it's a chance to be a part of helping people tell their own story. People that might not have the resources necessarily to get their voice, to project their voice out there and get their story told. The weaknesses are still the financials, that we are dependent on charitable giving and grants, and there's the cost of equipment, camera equipment, and so forth. We're relying on volunteer staff and the network that we have, but we believe we do have a strong network of filmmakers that we bring with us. And the last one is that it's the first time business venture for all of us. So we're learning, but we're not passionate. The opportunities, again, that we're going to use grants, leverage high-profile industry volunteers to help boost our organization's